I need to lay down some advice and some truth on the black folk and these Black Lives Matter people and these protesters and all this. I need to lay down some truth on you. I need to lay down some advice. I'm stomp down hardcore truth. And by the way, this is not a video to make white folk comfortable. I'm not saying this because I hate the black folk. I love my black brothers and sisters with all my heart. I love being black. I love the black man. I don't call you black. I call you a Hamite. Black people are the son of Ham. You're a Hamite. Stop calling yourself black. But for this video, I'll say black because that's what you understand. All this Black Lives Matter stuff and tearing down all these Confederate statues and all this stuff. Here's some advice I've got. We, as Hamites, black folk, black men and women, our solution to problems in the world should stop being to destroy. We see a Confederate statue we don't like, we destroy it. If police come to our neighborhood and trouble one of our brothers or sisters, we destroy the neighborhood. And it's not even the neighborhood that the police lives in. It's our own neighborhood. What kind of stupidness is that? Instead of destroying, we need to start building. We need to start building. That is my advice. I don't want to hear anything about destroy. Look, I don't care about the Confederate statues. Yeah, it's a part of history. It's a part of history. We as black people, and it's not, black people in the United States have just as much history in the United States as white people. Instead of tearing down a Confederate statue, why don't we build our own statues? In fact, I propose that for every Confederate statue we see down there in the South, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Florida, Texas, Virginia, all over the South, wherever we see a Confederate statue of some white boy who took pleasure in enslaving black people, we should build a statue of one of our own people. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., what's the guy's name there? What's his name? Frederick Douglass. Harriet Tubman. We should build statues of them right next to the Confederate statues. Or we could build statues to the thousands upon thousands of black people who risked their lives trying to come to my country, Canada, via the Underground Railroad. In fact, I propose building an arch somewhere on one of the bridges going into Canada called the Middle Passage. And it will be dedicated to all of the people who successfully came to Canada for freedom from the United States. The Middle Passage, bigger than the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. You can see it from space. It'll be beautiful. It will be a sight to see. I think we should build something like that. Why are we tearing down these statues? It's a part of the history. I don't care about these Confederate statues either way. You want to get rid of them. But let me tell you something. Tearing down those you can tear down every single last one of those Confederate statues. It's not going to fix a damn thing. It's not going to fix a damn thing. We are going to still feel racism. We're going to still feel police brutality. We're going to still feel what it's like to live in the ghettos and all this sort of stuff. We're still going to feel it. But if we build instead of destroy, I guarantee you the black man will feel so much better about himself. For every Confederate statue, Black Lives Matter, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Black Lives. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, brothers and sisters. For every Confederate statue out there, let us build a statue of one of our own people 10 times bigger right next to those Confederate statues. Right next to it. That will be even better. I think we would feel better about ourselves. Instead of tearing down things, why don't we build? Build the Middle Passage. Build it on the Rainbow Bridge or the Peace Bridge or the Lewiston-Queenston Bridge or even a bridge going from Detroit to Windsor. Build the Middle Passage. Build the Middle Passage. Build a beautiful statue of Malcolm X in Harlem, New York. We have just as much history, not just in the United States, but in our own respective. I mean, this whole thing, this anger that black people are feeling is all over the Western world. And I understand it. I understand it. I'm not speaking as somebody who doesn't understand. You may think I don't, but let me tell you, I know probably more than anybody what it's like to be black. I understand it. I've lived through the toughness of being black. I have walked streets where there aren't black people, where people stare at you like you're some kind of alien from outer space. I have been accused of things that I didn't do. I have been treated roughly by police officers. Yeah, I have. I have. I have seen it. I know the pain. I know the pain. I understand. I have felt what it's like to be denied taxi service. I have known what it's like to be denied rent. I know. More than anybody. Y'all don't know what you think. I know. And my family knows too. I know the hardship. I know. And I'm not saying this to make white people comfortable. I know there are some people out there, oh, look at this black boy. Let's use him as our little token. He's saying things that we agree with. Let's use him as our little token to show that we've got some blacks on us. No, I'm not saying this because there are white people out there who need God in their life as well. I know that. There are people out there who've got race and hatred in their heart. You all need Jesus. And that hatred in your heart will send you to hell. I can guarantee you that. That hatred, that scorn, that snobbishness that's in your heart, it will land you a one-way ticket to hell. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm not your token. I'm saying this because I love the black brother and I love the black. I love everybody. I love the white man. And you know something? I think it's time we stop blaming the white man for our problems. Again, I'm not saying that to make white people comfortable, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, let me tell you, and this is, listen, I'm going to say some stomp down things here now. Let's start back to slavery and all this stuff. Yeah, we were slaves. We were slaves just like the Jews were slaves in Egypt. It was God's plan. God said that the black man is going to be a slave for the next few hundred years. That's just his plan. It's not the white man, it's God. You have a problem with it, go to God and see what's going to happen. It was God's will. He took us out of Africa and he made us a slave. And it was awful and it was evil. I don't condone it. It's evil. But, you know, out of wickedness, I think good has come out. Out of wickedness, good has come out. I mean, look. And I'm not talking about me because my history is different from black Americans. And I'm specifically talking to black Americans because this is where the Black Lives Matter thing is really big. But black people in the United States, I mean, look at where you're living now. You're in America now. You're living in America. You have just as much opportunity as any white person out there. You have just as much opportunity. You've elected presidents. You've elected senators. You've elected congressmen. You've become millionaires. You've become billionaires. You've become basketball players. You've lived in the finest neighborhoods in the United States of America, Beverly Hills, the Hamptons, Livonia, Michigan. I mean, you have got it. You've got it, black man. I mean, hell, you even put somebody in the royal family, even though she's not really all that black, Meghan Markle. You even put somebody in the royal family, and they're the ones who started this whole slavery thing to begin. You put one of your own in the royal family. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're slaves. But listen, there ain't nothing that's going to happen that's going to atone for that. There's nothing that's going to happen that's going to atone for that. It happened. It was God's will, and it's time to move on. Look at the Jews. Look at the Jews. They were slaves in Egypt. You see the Jews going up. I mean, we can talk about Israel, but that's a different. But look at the Jews even in Germany. They were treated like dogs in Germany. They were gassed. They were turned to soap. They were enslaved in Germany. And look at them. You don't see the Jews going up there and marching up and down in Germany, wanting to tear down all these statues and going on tearing up the neighborhood. The Jews, and I'm not saying, I'm not a fan of, well, you know what? I won't even bring Israel into this because Israel is not a Jewish state. It's a Zionist state, and Judaism and Zionism are two very different things. But look at the Jew, though. The Jew recognizes history. Yes, he won't forget it. But look at him. He has rebuilt himself. He has no qualms about trying to get even with Germany. He has no care in the world to get you. Look at China. When the Japanese were at their height, they whooped the Chinese left, right, and center all over Manchuria, made them into medical disease. The Chinese man was treated like a dog by Japanese people. And look at them now. The Chinese, they will overtake Japan. If they can do it, the black man can do it too. The black man needs to stop being angry. The black man needs to stop being bitter. The black man needs to stop blaming the white man. The white man has no control over the black man again. There is nothing. As a matter of fact, white people, they crawl on eggshells when they see a black man. They crawl on eggshells. And there are some there that will give dirty looks. You need to forget that. Yeah, they're racist. Their racism exists. It's real. It's horrible. I've been through it. I've seen it. Forget them. Those people are going to hell. But if you want to join them in hell, you can continue going on the way you are. Those racists out there who won't give you, first of all, you might get looked at and busted. You might get denied a job. If you get denied a job in the white man's establishment, hell, build your own business. Yeah, who says you need the white man for a job? If you get denied rent by the white man or by the Jew or by the Chinaman, get your own house. This whole renting business, I'm not a fan of renting, actually. I think we should And let me talk about this thing about reparations. Y'all don't need no damn reparations. You got the reparations when you got the 3 acres and the mule. And let me tell you something about the 3 acres and the mule situation. After slavery, when it came to the Reconstruction, many black people got so much land in the South. You know what these fools did? Many of them sold the land. They sold the land right back to the same white people just so they could go move up to New York, or in the North, Chicago, Baltimore, Newark, New Jersey, to live in ghettos. Because, most black people, they trace their ancestry back to the southern United States, During the antebellum period of slavery, the northern part of the United States was white. White. New York City was whiter than snow. They had no black people in New York City during the antebellum period. They were all slaves in the South and North Carolina also. Most black people, when they came as slaves, they went to the South. And then what happened is that when slavery ended, many of them got land. In fact, a lot of the land is still owned by some smart blacks who didn't sell their land. But a majority of black people, when things got a little tough, they sold their land. They sold their land and they sold it back to white people, and they went to go move in New York. And now look here in 2020, their descendants are living in ghettos. So you sold the land, so you got your reparations, and look what you did with it. And not only did you get land, you got opportunities. Look at what we have. Blacks have we've got presidents, I'll give you that we haven't had a fully black president. America hasn't had a fully black president yet. I'll give you that. But there's no barrier to become president. There's no barrier to become senator. There's no barrier to become millionaire. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Look at all these people. There's no barrier for black people. As much as you want, there's no barrier. There's none. None whatsoever, except maybe laziness. There's no barrier. You have in fact, you've got way more. There's no other point of reparations for what? I heard this one fool down there in Portland, Oregon, saying that it's okay to smash up Gucci stores and and all this stuff because it's reparation. You don't need no more damn. You smash up a Gucci store, you need to lock your nappy head up in jail. You know, you got the reparations. You've gotten reparations. You are living in America. And a lot of y'all say you don't like frig America, this and that. Well, if you don't like them, they're going back to Africa then. Go on and go live in the Congo. Go on and go live in Zimbabwe with the ZANU PF and Mugabe and all that. Go live in Uganda. Go live in South Africa. Go on. I have never heard of anyone since Marcus Garvey, maybe Louis Farrakhan, but I've never heard of anyone saying, you know what, screw this, we're all going to Africa. Y'all say you hate America, but you're living in America. And I go back to what I say, you know, with slavery, it was wicked, but out of it came good. I mean, look, you're in the West, you could be still there. Maybe, you know? And finally, and I won't inflict myself on you further, you say Black Lives Matter, right? Well, I agree that Black Lives Matter. I'm not for the Black Lives Matter movement, though. First of all, the leadership of the Black Lives Matter movement is mostly white people and freaky black women, sexually freaky black women that have nothing to do, they probably don't even know the hardship. These are spoiled, freaky black women with purple hair and some of it shaved off, trying to act like they're some gothic white people. But anyway, let me not get off topic here. You say Black Lives Matter, okay. Yeah, the white man has done some horrible things to black people. But I'm going to say something here. I think the one race that has been toughest on black people and have been more destructive to black people is other black people. Not just in America with all the killings in Chicago and all that stuff, but even in Africa. During the Rwandan genocide, the Hutus and the Tutsis, that was black people! And yes, you can say, well, the French, they financed the Hutus, but you could have said, to hell with you Frenchmen, to take back I'm not going to kill my brothers, my Tutsi brothers, in Zimbabwe. You know, if you are against I literally heard in the news the other day that an opposition leader in Zimbabwe, he's just been arrested and he'll probably be killed. Black people! Black people! When a woman in South Africa gets raped on the streets of Johannesburg, black people doing it. Slavery, there's slavery going on in Libya right now. It's black people doing it. Black Muslims, people who think black Muslim. What the dumbest thing I've ever heard is a black Muslim. Muhammad hated black people, and you calling yourself a black Muslim. Who was it that kidnapped all those women and those girls in Nigeria from that school? And remember when Michelle Obama and all those celebrities, Judge Mathis, when they had those signs, bring back our girls, and all those school children in Nigeria were kidnapped? Who kidnapped? It was black people. The white man never did anything like that. So barbaric. I mean, the white man has never killed us as we have killed ourselves. I mean, yes, he has done terrible things in Belgian Congo and all this stuff. And maybe that's what we're learning. Maybe we're learning from him. Maybe, hey, you know, that brutality, we're now treating ourselves like that. We learned from the white man how to treat one another. But yet we want to go after the white man. We're acting just like the white man. If you want respect, you got to respect yourself, brother. And I'm not saying this, again, for the last time, I'm not saying this to make white people listen to this and be like, yeah, look at that token black, yeah. I'm not going on the white man's shows. I'm not going on his vlogs. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I am not going to speak ill about black people in front of white people. I am speaking to the black man right now. This is a conversation between us. And the white man is free to listen to it and agree with it, which he probably does. But this is a conversation between us right now. This is a conversation between black people. I'm speaking to you. I'm giving you advice. You don't want to take it, that's your own damn problem. You can go out there and continue smashing up the place and tearing up the... That's not going to do a damn thing. In fact, it's going to make you look even worse. I'm speaking stomp down truth here. Stomp down, stomp down, stomp down. So, If you want respect, black man, you got to respect yourself. Stop killing in Chicago. Stop killing in Africa. Stop doing this. Stop doing this boogalooing that you're doing. Instead of destroying to solve our problems, let's create. Let's build. Let's build our statues. Forget about those Confederate, nasty, dirty, redneck Confederate statues. Forget them. Build your own statue. Build your own damn statue. Start building. Build the Middle Passage, like I suggested. Build your own stuff. Build museums. Build houses. Build schools. Build. If you don't like what the Founding Fathers did to us, then become president. And then when you become president, we'll build a statue of you. You say you don't like Mount Rushmore, but then become president and put your own face on Mount Rushmore. You know, and I've got a suggestion here. And I promise not to inflict myself on you further. You know, Mount Rushmore, I mean, I'm not a fan of Obama. I'm really not. I think Obama, he killed Gaddafi, so that's not forgivable. Obama killed Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, and as a result, it left a vacuum for a Muslim Islamic terrorist to come in and enslave black people. So Obama created slavery in Libya. However, you know, you all want to keep calling him your first black president. He's not black, but okay, fine, whatever. If you want to say he's black, fine. Instead of wanting to tear down Mount Rushmore, why don't you fight to have Obama's picture up there on Mount Rushmore? Fight for that. I'll tell you, that'll hurt racists way more than you tearing down Mount Rushmore. That'll hurt them. That will burn them. I mean, I'm not saying I don't see him as, you know, but I would say that, yeah, the first woman and the first mixed president, yeah, go ahead and go up there. Fine. I wouldn't care. I'd be fine with that. The first woman, whoever the first woman president is, and you liberals out there, you all like it when I say put the first black president up there. But if the first woman president becomes Sarah Palin, you know, she's going to have to go up there too, you know, because she's the first woman. I don't care if you like her or not. Just like there are many people who don't want Obama up there. But listen, you know, you say, well, he's the first black president, he should go up there. But if the first woman president becomes someone you don't like, you know, she needs to go up there too. So, you know, don't, you know, but I think, hey, instead of tearing down Mount Rushmore, you say you don't like all those founding fathers, they owned slaves and all that, go put Obama up there. Go put him up there. Go on and go fight to get him up there. Instead of destroying. All of our problems, we want to solve them with destruction. That's not going to get you anywhere. Me, I am the commander-in-chief, and this is the